Kenwood Sports, man. I'm back with a quick recap on the Bucks and the Saints that happened Sunday in the Superdome. The Bucks end up getting that win. The final score 20-10. Really close game throughout most of the game. And you can pretty much tell it was one of those type of games. The first person to score a touchdown was going to win it. New Orleans was winning the game 3-0 most of the first half. Tom Brady got a touchdown to Brashard Perriman in the third quarter. Jameis Winston turned the ball over 3 times with the interceptions, and the Saints also lost 2 fumbles. Now, I said before in my prediction that the Bucks would win this game. When watching this game, it was a straight defensive game throughout the entire game. It was a touchdown thrown by Tom Brady to Brashard Perriman, and it was a touchdown ran back by Edwards, I think it was, with the Bucks. So that was 14 points. 14 plus 2 field goals by the Buccaneers made it 20. Michael Thomas, he got a touchdown caught toward the end of the game, so 20, that made it 20-10. This was a defensive game. You can tell that this game was. You got 2 defensive head coaches. You got Todd Bowles and you got Dennis Allen, 2 real defensive coaches. But you also got Byron Leftwich calling the offensive plays, and you got Pete Carmichael calling the offensive plays on this side. The difference in this game, I can tell you why that the Saints didn't win this game, because Sean Payton wasn't there. Sean Payton is a big difference maker. He would have broke this game open early on. Sean Payton you never seen a game of Sean Payton coach team that hasn't moved the ball like the Saints didn't move the ball there. Matter of fact, in the first half, throughout most of the game, the Saints really hurt themselves with some turnovers. Chris Olave fumbled one. The running back, Mark Ingram, fumbled one. I was trying to think of it real quick, but Mark Ingram fumbled one in the Bucks territory. So those were two crucial turnovers. And that's one of the things that Sean Payton don't allow. I can't remember a game where the Saints had 5 turnovers while Sean Payton was coaching. That's one thing he don't do. But Alvin Kamara not being in that game was another thing that hurt the Saints. But like I told y'all, the Saints had beat the Bucks 4 straight times since Tom Brady had been there. The Bucks was very hungry. But I'm not going to lie. If you would have told me that Mike Evans wasn't going to play the second half, that Julio Jones wasn't going to play any other game, I already knew Chris Godwin wasn't going to play. So I felt like Julio and Mike Evans with Russell Gage and Scotty Miller with break would be sufficient enough for those guys to be able to move the ball. But that wasn't the case. Throughout, I can't even remember when the brawl happened, but I believe it was in the third quarter. Yeah, I think it was the third quarter when Mike Evans got kicked out of the game and Marshawn Lattimore got kicked out of the game. Those guys do not have no love for each other. They always getting into it. Marshawn Lattimore always putting the clamps on this dude when he play him. So that brawl went down, and both of those guys got kicked out the game. I thought that was going to be even less of a chance for the Bucks to win it without Mike Evans being there, but he wasn't making no catches anyway. Brashard Perriman came in and he made some nice catches for the Bucks. Scotty Miller, he made probably 1 or 2 catches, I believe, but he was dropping, he was missing. Tom Brady was mad. He was livid with him. But like I say, Sean Payton would have made a big difference in this game. With his offensive play calling, his ability to dial up and draw up plays, he would have made something happen. They had signed Latavius Murray, but he hadn't been with the team long enough to even dress. Dwayne Johnson, he got probably 1 carry. Tony Jones Jr., they called him up. He probably got a couple of carries. The Saints' run game never really got going. The yards that they did get with Mark Ingram, him fumbling that ball, he probably broke like 3 10-yard runs, if that. But he broke a couple of times into the secondary, and that fumble was big for the Bucks, and that pretty much turned the momentum for the Buccaneers. Like I said, the Bucks hadn't won in 4 games, and Tom Brady still getting it done. That's championship football by him. Can't win turning the ball over. Jameis Winston. You start having to take risks. You start having to take risks when you can't score, and that's what the Saints had to do. They took risks throwing the ball down the field, and Jameis Winston, they started putting the pressure on him. He was already hurt with fractured ribs. That ain't no excuse. You out there, you got to play. So that's pretty much what happened with the Saints and the Bucks. And that's the recap. I'm going to keep continuing to recap certain games. So stick with me. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. If you haven't liked this video, go ahead and hit that like button. So I'll see y'all in the next one.